David Kinney, president of Critical Factors, here with you for video number 5 and the last video in the series on how to use your financials to gain greater control, proactive control over your company, gain greater insights about what's going on. So in this final video, I'll say this, that I hope that you found this helpful so far. This is it's not an oversimplification. If you come back and you watch these videos, I'm sure you'll be able to actually gain greater insight into what's going on with your company and using, as I said at the very beginning, a tool you already have, which is your financials. In this one, I just thought I would add how to look at percentages, and this is kind of like extra and bonus material, but again, it's a series of videos that you can always come back and refer to. So if you want to go into a little bit more detail, then this video will be helpful in that regard. But again, I hope that this has been helpful to you thus far. Alright, so finally, I had mentioned earlier in the video, in one of the other videos. So now that here's the spreadsheet we were working on, and this is the one that gives us, all of our insights broken down, or our numbers broken down by those components and then the subcomponents of the company. I had mentioned it would be helpful to know what if I want to direct my manager of operations, my vice president or director or whomever, that they have a budget and they can only spend X percent of the budget on direct labor or on materials and so forth. So how do I figure that out? Well, I gotta give you a simple shortcut for doing that. Once you've got your spreadsheet figured out this way, what you can do is you can just come down to, and I'm showing you my tabs now. I'm going to take this tab and I'm just going to copy it. I'm going to relabel it. In this case, I want to know what's my percentage of revenue. Now you could apply this to percentage of the department, I could know what percentage of total internal labor is my direct labor, but in this case, just to real quick, I want to know what is my direct labor percentage of revenue. So on my percentage of revenue, and I guess I could learn how to spell here. On my percentage of revenue tab, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use an if statement. Again, you can come back, refer to this video. Hopefully you know how to use if statements, but this is just so I don't have a bunch of zeros on my page, because if I take this here and divide it by revenue, I'm going to have this NA or a 0 or whatever. So anyway, so real quick, equals if. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to my P&L. Remember, these are duplicate, at this point, these are duplicates. I'm going to go here and say if my direct labor equals, and look up here in the formula tab, if that equals blank, then it's blank. Else, it's that direct labor cost divided by my revenue. Now, again, I only want what's in row 12. I don't want anything else. So you use the F4 key to define it as an absolute here for the 12. Okay. Now, because this is formatted as currency, it's going to give a 0. So I just go Control 1, percentage, and in this case, I want to see it out to 2 decimal places. Now, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this. Here's the beauty of this. Once I've done just this one formula, I can copy this formula, copy it to all of the rest of the spreadsheet, and if you haven't done it already, you can also make sure that all of them are percentage. But because I copied it, it's going to be percentage. So what does this tell me? What this is doing is now I have a better sense of there's a couple things I can do. One, I can look for anomalies. Okay, just in this really quick thing, I'm not seeing anything that's really, but I could apply a heat map or anything else. But really what I want to do here is I want to see is anything really out of whack in a given month? Did my travel expenses, they don't have any travel expenses. Again, this is taken from an example of something I created for this exercise, but in yours you're going to see that there's going to be, wild changes here and there, and those are the anomalies I was talking about earlier that you can look for to see, what's going on with the company. So again, like I said, you can take this formula. I could just as easily have said that this equals this divided, this divided by this to see what percentage of my total internal labor was represented by direct labor, and so on. So anyway, that concludes it. The first one was supposed to be the longest one. This has been the longest one, but again, this is bonus material. Hopefully you found all of this helpful, and anyway, hope you have a great day. If we can help you in any way, please let us know.